If you're just joining us or a newcomer to 630 Central, we like to go beyond the borders and get you the latest on what's going on in the rest of the world. And for weeks, we've been doing that in the Middle East. And nearly 4 weeks into that war, Israeli troops are now at the edges of Gaza City. But pressure is increasing from places like the White House for a pause in the fighting to help civilians there. And Skylar Henry reports from the White House for us tonight.
Israeli ground troops are closing in on Hamas strongholds, fighting militants on the edges of Gaza City. Israel is warning civilians to head south. Those who don't are paying a heavy price. Thousands have died amidst massive destruction. Israel's military says Hamas is holding more hostages than they'd originally calculated, now raising the number to 242, including dozens of children. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken will be back in Israel on Friday, working on their release.
We will focus as well on steps that need to be taken to protect civilians who are in a crossfire of Hamas's making. And we want to look at concrete steps that can be taken to better protect them.
President Biden has shown staunch support for Israel, but he's also calling for a humanitarian pause to get hostages out and aid to civilians. The conflict has created a divide in Congress. The new House Speaker is promising quick action on an Israel aid package.
We're going to do it in short order, and it provides Israel the aid it needs to defend itself, free its hostages, and eradicate Hamas.
Over in the Senate, Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is calling the House bill woefully inadequate. Dozens of Americans trapped in Gaza since the war began are finally making their way home. Palestinians with dual citizenship have been allowed to exit through Rafah Gate into Egypt, while trucks enter carrying urgently needed humanitarian aid. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
And while Secretary Blinken is in Israel, he's expected to ask their government for those brief pauses in its military operations.